let's look at your party, the Labour Party, and the Obedient movement. There seems to be so much confusion within the party in the recent time. The Abure factor, the Abapa factor, and recently the inauguration of the caretaker committee, which has not gone without a fight. As a stakeholder within the party, as someone who has contested election in that party, what are your views on what is happening within your party? Is there hope in sight? Is there any hope of salvation for Labour Party?
Well, I wouldn't want to say, I wouldn't want to agree with you with the word salvation. Labour Party is Labour Party. What is happening now is the party is reinventing itself for to how do I put it, confront the monsters that have been ruling this country. Yes, Abure's tenure obviously has expired. The obedient faction or factors are part of the Labour Party. And this group of persons are important in the reinvention, the evolution of the party. And everyone, like I tell you, there's always a teething period for progress. There must be darkness before the light. So one could sit down here and say, there is this darkness for now, created by the what we call this in entitlement saga. I am entitled to this, I'm supposed to be this. But I can assure you and let everybody know that, be that as it may, Abure, who I respect so much for holding the party to this moment, I must give him kudos throughout the travail of electioneering court cases. He was a man. He is a man. He is a member of board of trustee by all standard. He will come to be. It is still the same group of persons who, for one reason or the other, are encouraging him not to abide by this. But I can assure everybody that the Labour Party is as big as the sky, has every room to accommodate persons in whatever. But must you always be in a position of authority to serve? No. You can just sit down in the party, simply advising, attending meetings, you are good to go. And the people will know you are what, and then the party will move forward. I can assure you that in no distance time, what people are thinking is crisis in the party is not crisis. Yes, Abure and Papa, the media is saying that they are together. Yes, they are together for good, but not to destroy the party. Labour Party has come to stay, and I can assure you, in the next election, we won that election. But you see, this issue of, I learned yesterday, what we call politicize the judiciary. You now begin to convert Abuja technicalities and no technicalities. Abuja is not a state, Abuja is a state. But be that as well, I want to give kudos to my principal, Peter Obi, for being resilient and continue. And I've learned so much from him. That's why, despite what has happened in the election, we are still here. And we are going to serve our people. Our people are going to benefit from our services, and then they are beginning to understand that there could be a positive change in their lives with the Labour Party.
You have tried so much to establish that you are not a politician, but rather a technocrat. However, analysis so far have established you more as a politician. Why do I say this? You've tried so much to be a little bit evasive in describing the reality within your party. The Obedients have not been well accommodated within your party. The Nenadi Usman-led caretaker committee have not gone down well with the Abure Apapa faction. You are a surgeon. How would you situate this in reality as somebody who deals with exactitude?
Yes, I've said it. You are bringing me back. I've said it, that these are just teething problems. It's obvious that Abure is aware that his tenure has expired. Now, a few persons are talking about the Newi convention and the rest. But from analysis, if we go through how Abure became chairman, it was not elective. And I'm appealing to him that he should please bow out now, allow the caretaker committee to do justice to the party and move us forward. The Obedients are needed in a party. The term obedience are not just because of obedience, it's just because of followership, and obedience is basically for the service of the people. That's the definition of obedience. It's unfortunate that we are looking at it as obedient. Yes, obedient is basically for the service and standing for the integrity and the principles that our principal has to serve. And that is just it. So let it not frighten anybody in terms of obedient and whatever. Obedience is for the service of humanity. They can be in any party. Some of them are not even party members. They are not in the Labour Party. I want us to understand that Labour Party is the Messiah that has come to save Nigeria. And Nigerians are beginning to understand that. And by the time anybody sits down and a mole is brought in, which of course we expect opposition to do that, the parties to send one or two people to go and make one or two noise in terms of I am this and that. I know Abure, in no distant time, will come to terms with the caretaker committee, and then we are good to go. We need to get our system reorganized, reinvented, like I said, and we move forward. The party is big enough to accommodate everybody. But I want to beg everybody that it's not everybody that should look at, I'm chairman of the state, I'm vice chairman, I'm this. No. My training says you can serve in any capacity. As a member of the party, you can serve. As a chairman, you can serve. It doesn't need to be, I am chairman, I'm the national chairman. No. If God wills that you become, fine. But have it in mind that you have to serve. And I tell you, service is very difficult. It's not a hobby. It comes with a lot of challenges. Your family, you may not be there for them, and then comfort. If you are serving, there's no comfort if you really want to serve. I have served, I have led a big organization, and I was wishing to leave as soon as possible because it was hectic. But I thank God that I learned so much. That's just it. And I beg Abure, I use this opportunity to thank him for leading the party to this day. And he should please step out. He's already a member of board of trustee. What else do you expect in a party if you're a member of board of trustee? That's the highest ruling body. It's just that so many people, you come and say leader of the party is this, leader of the party. Board of trustees give direction of the party, and you are an automatic member. Please, Abure, my brother, I want to thank you so far. Hand over and recognize the party, withdraw the court cases, and then let us move forward. There's no time. 2027 is around the corner. A new election is today, and what are we doing? We're going in with a fighting spirit among ourselves? No.
During the course of your campaigns and politics, you would have had cause to interact with community traditional leaders. They say every politics is local, and to an extent, community needs are peculiar. How will you describe these opinion leaders, and to an extent, how will you describe their impact and influence in local politics?
Well, the question is wonderful. My interaction is wonderful. There is nothing now about Technocrat North I speak without doubt that I know. I know everything about Technocrat North because of my interaction with the people. You find that the leadership, the local, the monarchs, in the past, the authority resides with them. But over the years, I repeat, over the years, these politicians that are not there to serve the people, but by just looking for powers to amass wealth for themselves and their cronies, have tactfully taken this authority from these monarchs. And I can assure you that with my thinking as a leader, if given the opportunity to lead, those powers will be returned back to them, because they are the mouthpiece of the people. I had the opportunity to even ask one of the monarchs, but I didn't tell him to answer. I said, please don't answer. Why is it that when we talk about politics, you people will say we have been told not to participate? But in the north, The emirs, decisions are taken in the palaces. You have a situation whereby a monarch called for a debate in this my election for the persons that want to contest for councillor in his village, to come and tell the people what he or she has. And such a person declined. A candidate declined. At the end of the day, the candidate was written as the councillor of the place. I find it very appalling. You are a father of a house, you can't speak. Then what are you? It's unfortunate, but be that as it may, the authority has been eroded, but I can assure you, with Labour Party in place, it will get back to them. There's no story about it. They must tell you. I told them, you will be asked, what do you want for your community? And the man will say, we want a hospital, we want a market, and it is done. That is service. It is a bottom to up approach of governance that I believe is the best in this world. You ask the people, what do you want? They will tell you. You don't sit down in your office and manipulate their policies and you come and force it down the people. They cannot domesticate it. That's why most of the projects are not being monitored by even the community. You say you are doing roads from X place to X place. I don't need to call a community, and the king is not aware. How do you want it to work? They just sit down at the end of the month. They pay them their stipend. I don't even know how much. A king is supposed to be dependent on his subjects, not on government. Government is just by the way, and defend your people. In those days, the kings go to war with their subjects to defend them. But these days, you sit down, they say, who is the man telling you not to talk? I have high regards for that institution, because my father got to headed an institution in my town, and he had all the respect he desires for that seat. He exudes the authority and power, and I saw him, and it was for the community. Then when I now moved around, they say we cannot talk. A monarch is telling people not to vote. They should vote for a particular party. No, he has lost his credibility as a leader. He should allow his people after discussing with them. So I had, for the persons, for the individuals, oh no, our people are good. The system is bad. The system has enslaved our people. And these our people must get out of this. And I'm back. We are in the system. We are going to make sure that they are extricated from this bondage. We are going to do that. Whatever it cost me to do, I will do that. I know it's not going to cost me my life, but it will cost me my time and whatever, because there's nobody that can touch my life except God's time.
Well, it is said that the end of every election is the beginning of another election. Despite the gloom within your party and the confusion in the politics generally, do you think there is something to look forward to? What would be your advice to Nigerians and to politicians generally as we look forward to another election, which is already on the countdown? Is there something to look forward to, or should we just fold our hands and look the other way and allow things just begin to find their course?
The issue of giving up hope is not there at all. Nigerians are very, very hopeful set of persons. They're already waiting. I can assure you, Nigerians are waiting for 2027. This time around, it is not going to be ethnic, it's not going to be religious. It is, who are you? Who are you? What are your antecedents? What are you bringing to the table for us? That is just all. They are set. Nigerians are set. Yes, demonstration here and there is just to tell the people that we're getting more enlightened. That is just what they are doing. We are set. And I can assure you that Labour Party, as it is set for 2027. The persons are on ground. The persons are known by the people. It's a grassroots. Labour Party is a grassroots party. Labour Party is a grassroots party. It's not in the space. It's a grassroots party. And we are set. We are set to go.
Since the last election, people say you've gone AWOL, you abandoned ship. What has been happening? Opposition is something people expect to hold the government in power to account and hold them down to their promises. Why did you abscond?
Legacy, I wouldn't subscribe to the word abscond. Yes, a few persons may say that because they expected me to have been in the court. That's the only way that I would be relevant. I'm relevant. There are a few things I was doing before the election. I don't need to say it. So after the election, I decided to go and take stock. I tend to one or two things. Are you getting it? And I am back. Are you getting it? Even then, I was interacting with my constituency. I was interacting with my constituents, and we are all on the same page. It's just this loud, I'm not a loud person. I'm a very quiet person. I want to do my things quietly, and that is how I do that. I'm still working. The local government, I'm in touch with my local government constituents, in touch with my word. So, yes, for the other persons, actually what they are expecting is that it's in the court. Oh, no. I'm not in the court. But I want to say one thing now, that I support His Excellency Kampela, what he's doing in the court. He's a member of the party. He's an elder. He's feeling so hot about it, about what happened in Delta State. And it's in court. I am fully supporting him. And whatever the outcome, I will give kudos to him. But personally, I believe that the judiciary, for now, I have hope in them, but not absolute. And I believe I should have more time to be with my constituents, do other things that I do while I prepare for 2027. And there's hope for everybody. I want to assure everybody, all Deltans, all Nigerians, all Aniocha persons, that there is hope. And that hope is that they are going to get the desired and the deserved dividend of democracy. There's nobody rolling it out. We have come to stay, and we are here for them. That is just the simple truth. No matter the gimmicks, and we're also here to monitor what government is doing. And advice. I know they may not come for advice, but we, on our own way, from time to time, advise them, either in the media or personal notes to them. Before the election, I had things I was attending to. Now, during this process of election, they became unattended to. So I had to attend to it. And then during this process of attending to it, I now re-examined and evaluated the process that I went through. And after self-examination and the process, I am now fully back to attend to what the government is doing for my people. And where necessary, I will let them know that they are not doing the right thing. That is just it. I am back fully now. My people, my office is still open in Iseluku, and I will make sure I am there on a regular basis. There's a secretary that is there, and we assure that any complaint I will attend to. Another note now is my focus, but indirectly the state. But let me get my people first focused.
Well, before I let you go, I want to get your narrative on some of the conversations going on in the polity, the possibility of a merger between your party and some other party ahead of 2027 election. People expect you to replicate what the APC did ahead of 2015 election. APC is a conglomerate of many other political parties. What are your thoughts on the possibility of a merger with other parties ahead of 2027 election?
Well, measure, please, I don't want to subscribe to the word measure. I believe in partnership. And then there's a bank that says partnership that works. So I still believe in that word, partnership that works. But before the partnership, Labour Party, we need to put our 2 feet on the ground. And like I said earlier, I believe that in no distant time, Labour Party will put his foot on the ground, 2 feet, and then we cannot partner. And then, like you just said, measure. You can see what came out of APC measure. They were all for party, for power. power grabbing of power. And people have already started it. Let's dislodge APC. Why are you dislodge? It's not a question of dislodging. It's a question of partnership for the people, for the people's progress. And that is it. Labour Party is for partnership, will be for partnership after we have put our feet on the ground, and basically for what? For the people's progress, not necessarily grabbing power. When you talk about grabbing power, it sends some ill feelings to me. Power is for the service, but for the people. But we should remove the word grabbing or dislodging, because that's what there are. You press people, you should be able to get us. I want to beg you media to talk about ideology of individuals, not individuals setting ideology. It is what you observe. You say, this man is a socialite, this man is a Democrat, this man is a Republican. It is not me saying I am. It is what I do, my integrity, my antecedents. You now say, and I believe Labour Party should be talking more of democracy for the people, by the people, and for the people. That is just what democracy is all about. Not for your pocket and for your few friends and by you. You must be led by what we call the people's need. The people's need is what leads a leader. What do we need? We need water. That is what the leader should now walk towards. The leader is not an island, for Christ's sake. Please, anybody who wants to lead should have the people in mind. I'm begging anybody. I don't know about tomorrow, but I want to lead based on the people's need. Thank you very much.
Wow. Dr. Augustine Ojogbo is the chairmanship candidate of the Labour Party in the last local government election in Onitsha North. Immeasurable thanks to you, Dr. Augustine Ojogbo, for finding time and disposition to have this conversation with us. We truly appreciate that.
Thank you very much, Legacy. You've been wonderful in your media coverage, and may God continue to lead you, and let your ideas not be soiled by politicians that are not for the people. God bless you always.
Thank you.